感冒10多天了，一直都没好。
Today I'm in a bad mood and I don't have much appetite. I've had a cold for over 10 days and I still haven't recovered. Lately, I've been particularly depressed. Being alone is already lonely enough. On top of that, I keep getting sick every few days, which drives me crazy and completely ruins my mood. I don't even feel like staying in my village anymore, so I've come to Haikou. Here I'm all alone. It's really boring, and day after day, I don't know what to do. I want to find a job, but I have no idea what I want to do. I'm feeling so lost. I think about starting a business or opening a shop, but I have no clue what kind of shop to open. After being sick for these past few days, I suddenly don't feel like doing live streams anymore. I feel like such a failure. It's really disheartening. This is how it is for women. When your marriage doesn't have a good outcome and you've been unemployed for so long. There are times I feel completely useless. When I go home, my parents don't welcome me, and in Haikou, I'm all by myself. It's really frustrating. Sometimes I think about how miserable I am alone. I feel like a joke. Often I break down and cry because I can't hold it back anymore. I've missed the best age to get married. At 35, I'm still not married. Life goes by so quickly, and at different ages, you should be doing certain things. So when you see someone who's 21 getting married while you're 35 and still single, it's really overwhelming.
32岁的大龄剩女了，有时候呢，我是真的会后悔的。20出头。
I'm 32 years old and still single. Sometimes I really regret it. Back in my early 20s, when I had nothing but youth, I specifically sought out rich second-generation men to date. No matter who I dated, I thought it was worth a shot. If it worked out, I could change my fate. If I didn't fight for 20 years and it didn't work out, it would just be a broken relationship. So what? I could just find someone else. For this reason, I learned 2 foreign languages and studied all kinds of luxury goods and high-end cars. I frequented well-known restaurants and hotels in Shanghai and taught myself niche hobbies like golf and skiing. Occasionally, I'd indulge in Macau's major industries, trying to bump into influential people in various high-end places. Back then, I was really young and lacked experience. My views on the future, life, and career were too pessimistic. I was worried that if I dated that doctoral student from a rural background who pursued me, we would never be able to afford a house in Shanghai, even if we didn't eat or drink. I was afraid of being poor, and I really didn't want my future children to suffer because of me. As a result, my worldview got skewed. I missed the chance to be with the most suitable person for me, and I ended up being deceived and hurt by rich second-generation men. At my age, I was left scarred and lost the courage to love someone.
这么晚了还是睡不着啊？一个人的日子真的好孤单呐，好孤单。每天晚上真的不知道自己该怎么办。
I'm 38 years old this year, an older single woman, and I still can't sleep this late. Living alone is really so lonely, so lonely. Every night, I really don't know what to do. I've lost confidence in guys. I feel like I might really be alone for the rest of my life. What should I do? My future feels really uncertain. I'm just wasting myself every day. At my age, it's honestly impossible not to feel anxious, but what can I do? It's already past 1 in the morning. Every night, when it gets to this time, I can't sleep at all. I don't even know what I'm anxious about. Maybe it's because I'm older and I have no one to take care of me. I feel like my life is a failure. I've worked hard for so many years, and in this city of Ningbo, I still haven't met the right person. I don't know what the meaning of my struggles is anymore. But I hope I can still pick myself up. Insomnia really is a painful thing. How much longer do I have to endure this situation?
The issue of single young adults has become a serious social problem in China. This problem is not just limited to our country. It exists worldwide, especially regarding the issue of leftover women. This topic has become a popular discussion among people. Statistics show that the number of leftover women in China has surpassed 38 million. They are found in various industries, persistently waiting for their own happiness, which is certainly not something to criticize. On one hand, when they don't get married at the right age, families and friends start to worry about them. Without the protection of a family, a woman living in society can feel quite unsafe. For her parents, it feels like a self-destructive kind of singlehood. Without support, they also have to face judgments and ridicule from others. On the other hand, the best age for women to conceive is between 25 and 30 years old. If they miss this period, the risks related to childbirth increase. Is there a perfect partner or a perfect marriage in this world? No. Good partners need to adjust and grow together, and good marriages require careful nurturing and maintenance. These things aren't inherent, so blindly chasing after perfection is useless and will only make you miss out on opportunities again and again. Sometimes, love is like picking up seashells by the sea. You always think the best and prettiest one is still ahead, so you keep being picky about what you find, even if what you have already is quite good. This mindset drives you to keep moving forward, continually searching, until one day, you realize that you've walked a long way, and what you encounter behind isn't as good as what's in front of you. At that point, you might start to regret, but it's too late. You can't go back to the beach of the past. Of course, you feel unwilling. You think you've come so far and chosen for so long. Just picking someone randomly would be a loss. But there's nothing you can do. You don't have many choices left. Either you let it go, or you settle. I once saw a post online about middle-class individuals in first-tier cities. They are typically aged between 35 and 45, earning an annual salary of around 300,000 to 700,000 yuan. This isn't a lot, but it certainly isn't small either. Because of this, their requirements for a partner are very high. They often want to build a family with their partner, expecting the other person to sacrifice and contribute more while they enjoy the warmth of family life without changing their current situation. This kind of thinking is unrealistic. If you can think of benefiting without effort, then others in a similar position are likely thinking the same way. This leads to a situation where older, leftover men and women can't see eye to eye, resulting in both remaining single. The woman mentioned earlier is like this. She always wants to find a man who earns more than she does to marry, thinking that it will provide more security in life. But a harsh reality is that the men who meet her criteria won't consider her, a woman over 40. This leads to her becoming more passive with fewer choices. She said she has been picky for half her life and realized a brutal truth after turning 40. Marriage is realistic. When you are picky about others, others are also picky about you. The best marriages are always between equals. In the end, people tend to marry others with similar conditions, or even those with worse conditions. Women have less of an advantage over men as they age. After 40, a woman is considered a high-risk pregnancy. Fertility cannot be assured, which is a drawback. It's hard to argue against this, as it is cruel but realistic. Although there is talk of gender equality, in real life, women do have disadvantages. After all, men in their 40s are at a prime age, while women start to decline after that. Even if you take great care of yourself, medically, you will still be categorized as a high-risk pregnancy. Of course, you can also say that having children isn't a must, just a choice. It is possible to choose not to have kids. However, the premise is that you must find someone who thinks the same way. Yet even under such circumstances, women still bear greater risks than men because, later on, if men regret their choice, they can find someone else. But if you regret it, it's too late. There aren't that many so-called perfect partners or marriages. What suits you best is what's truly ideal. Don't wait until you have no choices left to regret, because by then, it will be too late.